All aboard, everybody. This Saturday is the big day. The day when Six Flags St. Louis opens back up for the public. What does it mean? Well, it means that we'll be back at Six Flags St. Louis again. And this will be the last season it's going to be Six Flags St. Louis. I meant to do a stream yesterday, but while I was occupied, I had work and I wanted to spend time with my friends. They had to show me their Zooline engine trains. Show me trains. Where have I heard that before? Oh, I know. That's right. I'm going to be plotting the return of Show Me Trains. Because since I'm going to be visiting Six Flags St. Louis and the St. Louis Zoo a little bit more frequently, it's time I bring back the series. And I'm going to be trying to shoot more episodes at Six Flags St. Louis now that I no longer have a girl. And well, as much as I would love to do more vlogs and stuff, I would love to make another episode at Six Flags St. Louis with the characters. Especially since I'm not going to be retiring after all. Yep, it's official, folks. I've decided to cancel my retirement. Drew Thomas and Friends is going to keep going, probably until the day I die. Or until I get hacked and everything goes away. Because if that happens, then I'll retire. Like, if we have to deal with any more serious drama, or if Easy Railroaders start to leave, then that's when I'm going to retire. However, Drew Thomas and Friends is going to keep going, and I'm hoping to build my empire to be bigger. In fact, we have already reached 5,000 subscribers, folks, so yeah, we have reached 5K, folks. That means we got a Q&A coming soon with the Super Stationeers. Also, I have got a new plush, and it's a Zootopia 2 character. So, this Zootopia 2 character is going to be a future THX victim. And I think I'm going to hold off on Chase's THX logo video. And instead, I'm going to do it on the Zootopia 2 character that will be featured soon. Stay tuned to hear from Tex himself on which and which Zootopia 2 character is going to be next on the Texan block. And let's just say I'm pretty excited for Six Flags St. Louis. However, it's time I prepare for what might happen. So, as you all know, Six Flags St. Louis is no longer owned by Six Flags Entertainment. And come next year, it's going to change into Mid-America by Enchanted Parks. So because of this, the Six Flags app is no longer around, which could pose a particular problem: getting passes. Thankfully, I have my pass saved to my Google Wallet, and I'm going to hope that it works. Other people may not be so lucky, so I better anticipate a line. Like, there's going to be lines to get into the park. But I'm going to try to get there before rope drop so I can at least only deal with some of the line before it gets crazy. And hopefully my past problems can be fixed. If not, I could go to guest relations, see if they can look it up in the system or something. Because I'd rather not have to get another pass. I guess if that's the case, I wouldn't mind, because then I'll have an official Enchanted Parks pass. But I'm going to have to anticipate. I'm going to have to prepare for the worst if it does happen. However, I'm going to be patient and considerate. I'm not going to blame the Six Flags guests. I'm not going to blame Six Flags. I'm not going to blame the staff of Six Flags St. Louis, because this change is new to them. So it's best to have some patience. I know it's hard to wait, but good things come to those who wait. Even if I get there after rope drop, it won't be the end of the world. I've done many opening days where I made it through rope drop. It doesn't mean I have to be there for every single rope drop. But I'm still going to try to get there so I can get into the park before it all gets chaotic. which is why I'm gonna try to leave by 8:15 and hope that one of the drive-throughs we get food from isn't gonna take 30 minutes. Otherwise, I'll probably shave off time for Six Flags. But at the same time, it's best not to worry about the time and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the park day. Even if it takes forever, I'm still gonna have lots of fun. Although all I know is that I'm still gonna get into the park, so if any of my friends are coming and they show up later, they're gonna have to try to find me or they're gonna have to set a meetup point because I'm gonna be at Six Flags. We should whinny the time for whatever's to come. What? Oh well. But yeah, if you are going to Six Flags St. Louis, please expect a line because there's probably going to be some people struggling to get their passes because the app is not around. Even so, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be an average line. It's not going to be like a super long line. It's not going to be like Fright Fest or 4th of July where the park is crazy. Those are the days where the park's at its most craziest. And believe me, it gets crazy. Especially around Fright Fest. Those are the craziest days. The park is crowded. There's all sorts of people roaming throughout the park. There's kids, there's teenagers, there's adults. Some have a tendency to act a little immature, but keep in mind that they are teenagers and they don't know any better. At least Six Flags has a chaperone policy for after 4 p.m. Anyway, as for Six Flags St. Louis, I will be having the Drew Thomas car, obviously. But anyway, I hope you're ready for a fantastic adventure at Six Flags because I am. I'm especially excited to be returning to a lot of my favorite places. I'm hoping to go to the St. Louis Zoo sometime in May, hopefully. For a fact, I got some railroading to do. In fact, this coming Sunday, I'm going to be paying my dues so I can keep railroading. Which is why I'm not going to get my dining pass yet for Six Flags, if they have the dining pass still. That also in case if they have me buy another pass, which I hope won't be the case. I don't think that will be the case. They're going to honor my pass. I'm just going to pull up on Google Wallet, and then they're going to scan it, take my picture, and then I'll have my card, I'll put in my lanyard, and then I'm in. Sure, it's going to take a while, but good things come to those who wait. I need to remember that. Anyway, and there goes Evie Family Picnic. Popping in and leaving. Anyway, I am, speaking of THX logo videos, I am hoping to bring on a very special guest onto my stream soon. This user is by the name of Sam the Man, the Batman Man. This user is a pretty cool user. Like, he loves THX logo videos, and he also has had a fair share of logos that scared him. Some of the logos were actually similar to mine, particularly Walt Disney Home Video and stuff, which I might do an updated scary logo list because it's been 5 years since I've done that first scary logo video. So I might do an updated list, and I might do logos that creep me out a little bit to this day. Which there's only like a few logos that give me a little bit of the creeps, but it's not like it's gonna like scar me for life like Lionsgate did. Anyway, I'm probably also going to be working on cleaning my room because I would love to go back to making Drew Thompson friends, and I'd love to get my computer set up because I think at the end of this year, I'm going to do a whole Six Flags St. Louis tribute video. A whole video dedicated to celebrating Six Flags St. Louis and all of the joy it's brought me. Like, I want to celebrate everything that made it special. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, a Thomas user from Missouri by the name of Trevor Davis has recently passed away. So, that's a shame too, because I would have loved to got to know him. Well, at least not Brandon Carty or any other Major Thomas fan. But still, yeah, my condolences for the Davis family. Anyway, back to Six Flags St. Louis, but yeah. Six Flags St. Louis is always been my favorite place to go ever since I was a kid, and I've also been thinking about all the memories I shared. In fact, I'm gonna do a little walk down memory lane. Like, I'm gonna visit every single thing that made Six Flags St. Louis special to me as a kid. Riding on Shazam, and while going to Hurricane Harbor and going on slides like the Wahoo Racer. Who? He's got news, folks. I think this might be great news. I wonder if it's something related to Six Flags. I guess we'll have to find out. Or maybe it has something to do with the railroad. Anyway, I am really looking forward to Six Flags St. Louis. I am. I have also booked the hotel, the Holiday Inn. I booked a room for 4th of July weekend because it finally opened. It's a pretty high rate though, and I'm gonna have to save up a lot of cash, a lot of cold hard cash. Like, that's why I decided that after opening day, I'm only gonna do one Six Flags visit in May, probably just for like when the water rides start to open. And then I'm gonna do more visits in June, July, and well, I'm gonna do most of my visits in June and August because in July, after 4th of July weekend, I'm gonna plan to do Silver Dollar City because I need to work on Fiery Adventure. In fact, that's gonna be my big focus for July, August and September because I'm hoping to release Fiery Adventure on Halloween. That's gonna be our Halloween special. Oh yeah, happy birthday to Michael Brandon and uh Larry Larry J. Miller, who's the voice of Libby from The Ghost of Mom McGee, and for Nicole Sullivan, who's the voice of Shigo from Kim Possible. Huh. So happy birthday to Michael Brandon, folks. A man who's taught us that you can build with bananas. Not really. See if I could pull up clips again, because then I could probably do something like this. Nope. I still can't. Oh, not unless I upgrade, which I'm not going to upgrade because I'd rather save my money. That I'm not going to have a whole lot of guests like I did back then. Plus, not a lot of people to join the streams anymore, so any future stream is going to be solo until I bring back a podcast series with because I think I might do another podcast series like the Easy Railcast, except this one is mostly going to be train and theme park talk, and it's going to be with my crew. Well, I'll tell you about Tom Percy's Fire Adventure. Three guys dressed up as the Ball Knobbers from Fire in the Hole, and they team up with Duke Weaselton from Zootopia to try to, because they are jealous of Six Flags of Silver Dollar City getting more popularity, they decides to an expansion. Oh, he's talking about my railroad or his railroad. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Anyway, so Tom Percy's Fire Adventure is basically Tom Percy return to Silver Dollar City to try to stop three men dressed up like the Ball Knobbers and Duke Weaselton from Zootopia, because they team up together because they're jealous of Silver Dollar City getting all the money, becoming the top theme park, and also because Thomas and Percy rescued Dirty Dan before he was gonna be sold for scrap. So we hope you're ready for this, because it's been a while since I featured Dirty Dan in a project. Because yeah, I am looking forward to making more Drew Thompson friends as soon as I get my room cleaned, because once again I let my room go to waste. Honestly, I might just build my own place, or maybe get my own place. I'm probably going to build a little house next to mine, like a 1-bedroom house, because maybe a 2-bedroom, like in case if I have my crew staying or something. Yeah. I will make a script for a teaser trailer unless you want to make a teaser trailer. I kind of like to see how you would make a teaser trailer. Just make sure you include footage from Fire Adventure and some of the train footage from my Silverdall City vlogs. You are allowed to use them. You have my permission. So, yeah. I'm not gonna do what I did like back in 2023. That was not my proudest thing I've done. That was like one of the worst things I've done. And I don't feel proud of what I did back in 2023, but I wish not to talk about it because it's in the past. And it was a pretty rocky start to a alright year. But yeah, feel free. But yeah, use footage from Thomas. But yeah, feel free to use footage from Drew and Cuddles, the Silverdall City Adventure, and also, I will send you what music to use because I want you to use the Fire in the Hole theme song and maybe Fire by Casey and the Attaboys. I'll send those I'll send those songs to you soon. Nice. Did you work on the fire truck crossing? Because if you have the fire truck crossing, I'm going to send you the link so you can show me because I want to see the fire truck crossing. Actually, no. I think I'm going to wait until I actually join the game because I want to see it on the game myself. Plus, I don't want you guys to see what we're cooking up. Let's just say it involves the St. Louis Zoo and Roblox. But yeah. I kind of already revealed it in the last stream where I kept getting the engine's names and genders wrong. Yeah. All right. He's working on fire truck crossing. I can't wait to see this. Sorry about my dog barking. The echo just went off out of nowhere, and well, my dog does not like Alexa at all. Oh, it's dinner time. Although I'm not sure if anyone cooked anything I liked. But yeah. Mary is not a male. Mary is a female. I've also decided I think I'm going to see my younger sister wants to voice Judy Hopps from Zootopia. Because, let's face it, my Judy Hopps voice is not as good as, like, Jennifer Goodwin's or my sister. Because while I was working on Drew Thomas the movie too, I was talking about how I couldn't find a good voice for Judy, so I had to voice her. And then my mom said, and then my mom experimented with my little sister. She played a couple clips from Zootopia and had my little sister quote them. And she did pretty good. So I might see if my little sister can voice Judy. I will put in a temp voice though, whenever I have a scene with Judy. I'm just gonna put a temporary voice over it. I'm gonna have my sister say it how I say it. Sort of like what Thomas and the Magic Railroad did for like the animatics and work prints, because as you all know, Britt Allcroft was a temporary voice for Thomas in the work print and stuff. Yeah. Chase is Daniel Boone, which, not only for the engines, I just record some footage of them idling in the station, and then I have the actor or actress dub over their voice. That's what I do. But for the characters, that brings a lot of pressure, so that's why I'm doing a temporary voice for Judy. And as for sound effects, I'm probably going to have to edit them in post. Oh yeah, we need to make a streaming channel, or better yet, maybe just like a whole gaming/Roblox channel, like it shows our Roblox games. Like, honestly, we should call it. Honestly, maybe we should call it Easy Railroad Gaming Station or something like that. Oh yeah, the trailer for the game. You know what? I'm just gonna. I want you all to see this. He meant to say trailer, but he said channel. I want you all to remember this the next time Chase makes fun of me for something. Remember this, folks. Take it in. In fact, I'm gonna keep this up for the rest of the stream. Anyway, yeah. Okay, that's enough. Anyway, I wonder if I should tell y'all what Zootopia character I'm going to have. Well, Zootopia 2 character I'm going to have react to the THX logo, but well, I might do two of them actually, which they are pretty, which they are pretty prominent in the movie. They are main characters for Zootopia 2. I mean, obviously they weren't there for the first Zootopia because, well, we didn't know about them yet. I'm pretty sure that one of them was around for the first movie, but the other one was overseas, which, yeah, those are your hints. One of them is nice and soft, while the other is, very mysterious. That's your next hint, by the way. Anyway, comment down which Zootopia characters you think I'm going to have and react to the THX logo. But yeah. One of them, though, is currently still in the process of coming in on eBay, which so far there's no update. It's just still been paid for. In fact, if it's not here by May 1st, then I'm going to have to ask for a refund because, yeah, I want it to arrive precisely at the date I intend. But I think I'm probably going to do the furry one first. Speaking of furries, as a reminder, let me just pull up the crossface for a second. Like in Zootopia, does not make me a furry, so if anyone calls me a furry, they will be blocked instantly. Because I'm not a furry. Like in animal movies and TV shows, does not make you a furry. A furry is a guy who dresses up as an animal and thinks he's an animal and is unhealthily obsessed with animals. Me, I have a train obsession, so call me a trainee. Although that kind of sounds like tranny, which is an offensive word to trans people. So maybe well, I guess you call me a tanky because I am a Thomas the Tank Engine fan. There's furries, there's bronies, and there's tankies. There's Trekkies, which are Star Trek fans. I'm not sure what Star Wars fans are called, but Hogwarts fans, it all depends on what school you're in Hogwarts. Or what class you're in Hogwarts, which I'm pretty sure I am a Gryffindor or a Hufflepuff. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm Gryffindor. I'm going to have to take the Harry Potter quiz again. But I think, according to my sister, I was Gryffindor. May I also add that I'm actually starting to like Family Guy a lot more now because, honestly, Family Guy is funny. Now, before you ask, I'm not going to replace The Simpsons with the Griffins. Although, maybe if I start to love Family Guy, expect the Griffins to be seen on Drew Thomas Friends. Honestly, that could make a great episode, though. Plus, half of the Drew Thomas fans love Family Guy. Like Hudson, Josh, just to name a few. So, yeah. The whole Captain Underpants thing was because, well, we play this Captain Underpants Roblox game, which, if I do start a gaming channel, that's going to be one of the videos. Us doing a playthrough of that obby. And you get to see how I suck balls at it sometimes, because for some of the levels, it's so freaking hard. Well, I guess with skill, I could probably master it. But there's so many hard courses on that obby. Like I keep falling, flopping, tripping, falling. Like I'm pretty much the noob of the group. But yeah. All aboard! Speaking of which, I need to get batteries in my Ready to Play Thomas. Because my Ready to Play Thomas is running out of batteries. But first things first, I need to get the other Clarabelle because someone took the couplings off. And I guess I opened my mouth and said yes because I thought that because I didn't listen to what he was saying, so I feel very silly. But it's not his fault. This person is not at fault. But yeah. I need to get a new Clarabelle, and I need to get new batteries for Thomas the Tank Engine. Because Thomas is starting to go low. But yeah. Yeah. That damn turbo toilet kept punching me. Like I keep forgetting it's there, and so I stay on the spot, and I'm about to come close, and all of a sudden, punch! It just knocks me off the fucking map. But yeah. It's a pretty fun hobby, though. Even though it's hard, I find it hilarious. I find it fun to play. Yes, go poopy pants. That's a song from the that's a song that's someone created for like some sort of like Captain Underpants class, something like that, because it wasn't featured in the movie, but honestly it should have, because it sounded so catchy. Or maybe the creators themselves of Captain Underpants made it. I'm not sure. I know for a fact that the voice for Poopy Pants in that music video was not Nick Kroll, who also played a douche. That's right. Nick Kroll also played Douche from Sausage Party, who is a literal douche. Like, and there's parts where he just says stuff and it sounds like animal puns. Like he says, I better catch up. And then the ketchup's like, what are you talking about? And then Douche is like, no, not you. Yes, I've watched Sausage Party quite a bit of time, so yeah. I do not feel proud of myself. Anyway, honestly, Sausage Party is not that bad, though. Oh yeah, apparently, according to Mr. Atlantic, his friend is going on a yeah. No, don't, Cino, don't. Remember when he said this? We need to make the channel. What he's supposed to said, we need to make the trailer. Make fun of him for that. Tease him for that. Don't tease me. Don't tease me. Tease him, not me. Tease him. He did the funny, not me. He did something funny, so tease him back. Tease him. Okay, I'm done. I wish I did not do that. Oh well, anyway, no, get Chase. Yes, you did.
We need to make the trailer for the game.
Fuck.
We need to make the channel. I mean the trailer for the game.
See? Chase said it. I have proof. No, Chase said it. Listen.
Mary Meacham is a guy.
See? Was,
I like to drink piss, not Drew.
See? He did that too. Please. He's done funny stuff. What else has he done? Oh dear.
Yes, I can. I'm Chase. I love trains so much. And I love Magic Railroad too.
I do not sound like Baldy. No, don't. Oh no. I do not sound like Baldy. Chase is saying stuff. Yes. Chase is right here with me. He's right next to me. He is, right, Chase?
You bet. I love trains.
Yes, Chase is right next to me. He's just commenting on the stream, too, to make it look like he's not. Oh Lord.
There's your hole, Drew. You jumped into it.
I'm sorry, I'm really tired, so I'm just yeah. Stop the cap. I do sound like Baldy. I did.
Oh, hi. Welcome to my schoolhouse.
I can assure you that Chase is right next to me. Right, buddy?
You bet. I love $7 City.
I'm just making a fool of myself, am I? Okay, folks, shall I bring the real Chase on? Because, well, yeah. I guess so. Apparently, now there's a meme of me, you know. Oh, man. I just dug myself into another hole. Chase is right. Chase, I'm sorry I doubted you.
That's okay. I hate Chicken Little. It's a bad movie.
Yeah, I still like it.
And you shouldn't. It's a bad movie.
Slap. Oh, he's doing the ruler. There's actually a whole song with Baldy. It's called You're Mine. It was an April Fool's prank by DA Games. And the lyrics are, "Hi, I'm Baldy. Nice to meet you. Fuck me in the ass and call me Patricia. Book your game. Just shout my name and you'll let me use my whip." That's one book, right? But you are wrong. You haven't even let me use my song. While singing this song, it goes ding dong like a door I open on you. Here's a tip, abandoned chip, or you're gonna see me, Campfire Willie. Oh, 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 hi there. Welcome to my hooker palace. Oh, 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 hi there. Please don't leave. I have no friends. Yeah, y'all know that song. I'm gonna have to do a whole cover of that song. Because honestly, it's such a catchy song and it's hilarious. In fact, if I could, I would just pull up the song right now and just sing it. Well, I guess I could. I could pull it up on the TV and just sing it. No, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather not make a fool of myself than I already am. But yeah, um, I am. I am looking forward to Six Flags this Saturday, which apparently Sunday they're going to have. Oh yeah, I'm at Friday. I meant Friday. They're going to have a school field trip because apparently they get an early access to Six Flags. I guess. Yippee! But that's not technically a public opening day. So is Tommy G gonna be running that day? Because if so, I swear, I swear to Bob, they better not put in. They better not have Tommy G running or the Looney Tunes out. Or I'm gonna just say, "Hello, I'm here to pick up my child from Six Flags. He's currently in there." And they're like, "Do you have a pass?" And I'm like, "Yes, I have a pass." Anyway, I can't believe I just did half of the stream trying to impersonate Chase. In all fairness, um, in all fairness, Chase has found ways to tease me, so I'm trying to find a way to tease him back, and apparently I'm not successful. Yes, Chase is Baldy, folks. It's confirmed. Chase is Baldy. I mean, look, it's all right here. Chase is Baldy, confirmed. He's not even bald. That's what's silly or crazy. I don't know. Now, what's silly is me making a complete fool of myself with the whole, impersonating Chase thing. But in all fairness, Chase keeps. Okay, shut up. Sorry, my TV was talking. I told it to shut the fuck up. Nobody cares what you say. Okay, I went once when I was a kid. Only once. And we were in a poor family, and not everyone in my family loves trains as much as I do. And believe me, if I had the money and stuff, I would go as much as I could as a kid. Plus, I was never public schooled, so I didn't get to go on public school field trips too. Thanks a lot, man. Oh well. At least on a brighter side, there's still. And I just lost my train of thought. Fuck. Oh yeah, on the brighter side, I can still find ways to go there. Because my dad is wanting to go because he wants to see the big boy. I want to see 1522. I want to see Big Boy. I want to get inside those cabs and play like we're on an actual train. Like, that was one of the fun parts of the cab. How do you get the free train ride tickets? And why haven't you given any to me? Give me the tickets, Chase. CNO. I meant to say CNO, not Chase. But still, Chase needs to give me some tickets too. In fact, I think I'm going to spam that on my Discord. Not really. I'm not going to spam it. But at the same time, they need to give me some Museum of Transportation tickets. I want to go back. I will go back this year, or I will probably have an aneurysm because I want to go back to. I want to go back to the Missouri train capital of Missouri. So there you have it. I want to go back. I will say hi to 2727, wherever the fuck that is. But yeah. I'm Rula. And it looks like it's time for a Final Destination watch because I'm going to be watching all 6 Final Destination films chronologically. I feel like though Final Destination 6 takes place after the second one because it gave me a lot of vibes from the second movie in a way. And also, I noticed how Tony Todd doesn't return for 3 and 4. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Well, yeah, obviously it doesn't take place in New York City or New York like it does in the first and second, because shortly after that we are in McKinley, Pennsylvania, which is where 3 and 4 take place. They all take place in McKinley, in which, in the third movie, it's celebrating its tricentennial, and yeah. There's a whole premise with a fireworks show and, well, a roller coaster. Because the movie focuses on Wendy Christensen, who is, well, on a trip to a theme park with her friends. But unfortunately, the roller coaster they go on, Devil's Flight, has a horrible accident. Well, Wendy has a premonition of a horrible accident. She's able to get some riders off, but yeah. Yes, you know, it's the principal from Baldy. No, not saying hi to 2727 in the halls. And instead of throwing me detention, he throws me to embarrassment detention, where he makes a meme out of me for something funny I say. Like the whole train thing and also the banana jokes that we made, and not to mention what you've seen in his recent meme. So, yeah. What is for dinner anyway? I'm starving. I might leave this stream so I can get something to eat. Unless if I find something else to talk about. I wonder what movie I should drop quotes for this time, because so far I've done Flushed Away, I've done the SpongeBob movie, I've done Thomas and the Magic Railroad, I've done both Zootopia films. Yeah, I loved that one. That part was funny. But yeah, it looks like CNO's got a lot of memes to make out of me. Pizza juice and bread otters? What? Pizza juice and bread otters. What the fuck is that? I guess it might have something to do with PB&J Otter. Oh, he's trying to say PB&J Otter, except he reversed the J and B. It should have been pizza bread and juice. Because yeah. Of course you can't wait. The memes out of me are funny. In case you guys are wondering, if it sounds like I'm angry at the videos, I am not actually angry. It's just us joking around. The PB&J Otter knockoffs. The only PB&J Otter knockoff I know of was the Brothers Flub, which apparently that's what YouTube troll police and alphabet group users were saying that it was. And I was like, how was that show rip off of PB&J Otter? That's not remotely related to the show. Like, how is it related to the show? Like, I haven't seen an episode. Well, I've seen some of an episode, but I'm like, how is this related to a show about otters dancing the noodle dance and going around their fishing community of Lake Hoo-Ha, which I feel like is connected to the Zootopia universe, because there's a cellular service for Judy's phone called PB&J, which is a parody of AT&T, which the Zootopia wiki doesn't even acknowledge PB&J Otter, which I find ridiculous, because that is an animal show that, I mean, they also reference Emmett Otter's jug band Christmas, because literally the missing otter that Judy and Nick are searching for is Emmett Otterton, who is the husband to Mrs. Otterton, which I do have a figurine of Mrs. Otterton, but I don't have Emmett Otterton, so it's a shame that their only appearance in Zootopia 2 is like a minor cameo in the Marsh Market. So you have to look out for them in the Marsh Market. I'm not going to say where, because, well, we have a guy who hasn't seen Zootopia 2 yet here in the comments. So, Chase, find a way to watch that movie already. Otherwise, you're probably going to get spoilers in my future Drew Thompson Friends episodes, because I'm going to be introducing the Zootopia 2 characters. They will also be a part of Show Me Trains as well. Same thing for the other stationeers that are not Sodor steam engines. There will be appearances from the Sodor steam engines, though, because Mr. Conductor is still the main character. There's still going to be Cuddles. There's still going to be Petunia. There's still going to be the Zooline engines. Like, obviously, it's going to have the personalities from Drew Thompson Friends, unlike what I originally was going to do. Like, originally, Pierre was going to have like a fancy sounding voice, and so I decided to just make him, well, French, because his name is Pierre Laclede, which is French. So, yeah. Yep, Chase is the only person who got a video of the Jupiter engine. Chase gets his way all the time because he is awesome. He deserves getting his way anyway, because, well, he is a fantastic train person and he deserves nothing but the best. Anyway, I haven't really heard much about Six Flags St. Louis yet. So far, all I do know is that, well, it's probably gonna take a while to get through the line. Ask for food for opening day. I'm probably just gonna eat lunch and dinner beforehand, and I will also I'm also going to have some what's it called? Oh, good. You fixed the flipping. That's good. Because I'm tired of it flipping and I'm tired of it flopping. Because every time I hop out of that coach, it always just jumps around. Oh, for running. Yeah. I feel like we should make it easier to get off the coaches because the biggest problem is that the coaches are, well, like if only this way we can make the roofs transparent so we could just hop on top of the roof to hop into the coaches. I mean, sure it means that we can't do Polar Express role plays or anything like that, but well, I don't think we are going to do a Polar Express for Zoo Line Railroad anyway. We were going to do a Polar Express for Grand Junction Valley, though. Because I feel like a Polar Express for that would work better than a St. Louis Zoo Polar Express. But we could have the advertisements for like the Polar Express 4D ride that they sometimes have at the zoo. And during the normal years, we'll do Thomas and Friends Bubbling Boilers and maybe, I don't know. I know the past shows they've done for the St. Louis Zoo 40 Theater was they did a SpongeBob show, which was about jellyfish, and there was a conservation message. It's basically the one that has the dreaded jellyfish song, but don't worry, we're going to talk about that on a future Why I Hate SpongeBob episode soon. Because honestly, that song is just pointless. Although I did like how it had like a reggae part of the song, although it could be deemed offensive. But we'll talk about that later, like I said. Which it's definitely one of the most ridiculous songs. I'm surprised it didn't put it on the annoying song list because it's definitely annoying. It sounds like the song that you hear in like a children's cartoon. Like it sounds like a Barney the Dinosaur song or something like that. I just picture Barney twirling around, just singing the song. Jelly, 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 jelly. It's just it would look pointless and stupid. So honestly, yeah. He did. Oh, hey, you finally finished the other tunnel, the anything tunnel part of the Zoo Line Railroad. Yeah, there's three tunnels in my universe: waterfall, painting, and then the anything tunnel, which is the tunnel before the trains enter the wild. Which that's how the Zoo Line engines pick up. Which that's how the Zoo Line engines pick up passengers from Zootopia or any other part like Lake Huron stuff. Which, as you all know, in Drew Thomas, Lake Huron gets destroyed. We so I decided to have the anything tunnel be put there, which is how the Zoo Line engines pick up the passengers because no one sees where the tunnel goes except for at Red Rocks. They see where it exits the tunnel and enters the next tunnel, and then they can partially see the tunnel exit, but they can't see any remains of the tunnel. Whereas for Waterfall Tunnel, you can see easily. And for Painting Tunnel, well, there's a painting in there and a signal, which, yeah. Also, on top of the Anything Tunnel, there is a signal, so I feel like it would make sense if that was the Anything Tunnel. Which that signal is the signal on when the trains are leaving the wild station, because if the train's still in the wild, the light is yellow, or the light is red. But when the train leaves Red Rock or leaves the wild, that light goes yellow. Which that same signal is also seen before the painting tunnel. Which those signals are actually chance ride signals. But yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, the red strobe light inside that tunnel. I don't know how we're gonna do the painting either. Well, there is like a square section where like the maintenance part of the shed was, and it has the painting of the tigers or pumas or whatever. And then after a while, you're in a few more miles of tunnel, and then then you see the flashing signal strobe light, and then that's when you round the turn, and then you see the exits that leads into Red Rock Station. Oh, okay. My bad. Anyway, I definitely need to pay another visit to the St. Louis Zoo because I need to come back. I also need to introduce the Zootopia and Zootopia 2 characters in a St. Louis Zoo episode of Show Me Trains, which I will work on a theme song, and I'm also going to see if maybe Xander can make a trailer for the return of Show Me Trains, because I would love to see that. In fact, I would love to see his take on a well, actually, maybe I could make a DVD menu for Drew Thomas the movie too, and all he has to do is make the trailers and bumpers. Well, then again, I was gonna more stylize it after VHSs because I might eventually put my movies on the VHSs so they can feel like you're watching a classic VHS. So that way you can just pop in the tape. I'll have to edit it like it's on a CRT though, because yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to format the screens or I'm gonna have to reshoot some scenes to be formatted to fit the screen, and there will be the modified screen, obviously, that I have created for Easy Road Home Entertainment, which looks eerily similar to the blue format screen, except that it's on a background that has Tommy G's Caboose, and it's in Barbero font, which that's the signature fonts that I featured for Drew Thomas and Friends, because it feels very classic Thomas-esque. I do feature flange though, and in my videos now, which I might do a new modified screen that has all flange. I don't know. And it's gonna say format to fit your screen instead of fit your TV, like it does on the blue format screen. I need to talk with Sam the Man, the Batman Man again, but yeah. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the Zillion Road does not have a doodlebug. It would be nice if it did have a doodlebug though, because that would be, if they did have a doodlebug, I reckon it would look like one of the open air coaches, and it would have a motor, and it would have a cow catcher on the front and a headlamp, and it would use the same horns that they use in the wheelchair cars. And it would also have a bell. They could probably just use one of the old CP Huntington bells, or maybe a SafeTran or General Signals electronic bell or something like that. But yeah, because I know that the engines for the Arborway TT Northwestern, some of the engines actually use an electronic bell for the engines. The very same that's used on Crossing Signals, which I found very interesting. Which I still wish that railroad was around, because believe me and Jerry could do a lot of visits, and Jerry could probably invite me to that railroad. Maybe I could work on that railroad with Jerry. But sadly, the railroad's gone. It got taken down because the guy didn't have the balls to keep a railroad open. At least I visited once. I was one of the lucky few, but not this guy. Ha. I got to visit the Archbridge TT Northwestern Railway, and Chase did not. Oh yeah, the signals. I remember seeing those signals. They were added back in 2020. I wonder if that signal for the painting tunnel is always on yellow, because every time I see it, it's always on yellow. Like, I don't think it's ever changed. Is it still on yellow to this day? I don't know. I'll have to see about, well, that would be possible because it literally goes into the bamboo forest, and there's no access to the bamboo forest unless you ride the railroad. But yeah, the bamboo forest is what I call the section before the painting tunnel. But yeah. What? Oh, that's great. He got to visit a railroad that closed down and had a movie star locomotive. How dare you? What movie star was it? I gotta know. Anyway, I am definitely looking forward to seeing how this St. Louis Zoo game is going to turn out, and I really, really need to go back to the St. Louis Zoo train. honestly, even if it's for like Boo at the Zoo or something, I'm definitely gonna plan to return for Halloween for Boo at the Zoo. In fact, I might get a hotel room at the Holiday Inn so I can do Boo at the Zoo and Six Flags. I'll do Boo at the Zoo the night before, and then I'll travel back to my hotel, and then yeah, or vice versa. Or maybe I do it to where I do Six Flags that first night, like I do the Fright Fest night. As I check in, it's simple. I check in, hang around the hotel for a little bit, and then I head up there before the uprising of the freaks. And then that's when I enjoy my nighttime visit at Fright Fest. And then I do the St. Louis Zoo the next day, do the daytime stuff, and then the nighttime stuff for Boo at the Zoo. Or I could do the daytime stuff for Six Flags and then do the Boo at the Zoo stuff in the nighttime. I have done it to where I did Six Flags and the St. Louis Zoo in the same day. That was last year in April. I first went to Six Flags St. Louis so I could have some fun, and I was staying at the Holiday Inn. And then that evening, that's when I went to Six Flags. The zoo, I meant to say the zoo. And the day after that was when I did the testing day at the Wabash, Frisco, and Pacific. It was a fun weekend. I got to do Six Flags train, got to the St. Louis Zoo train. I got to ride the Wabash, Frisco, and Pacific. I think this might be Brady. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, we all remember what I did on that last stream when I accidentally got the wrong train. I got the wrong train wrong. Anyway, I think that just about does it because we only got like 3 minutes left. So, for those of you who are going to Six Flags St. Louis, I will see you at the Flags because this will be the last visit at Six Flags St. Louis because come next year, everything's going to change. Here are some terrible ideas for change. Don't take note of this, Enchanted Parks. Don't replace the locomotive with a diesel hydraulic. Don't put in more haunted houses instead of rides. Don't, let's see. Don't get rid of the pop music. Don't get rid of a dining pass. Don't get rid of the cups. And especially, I don't know. Two of my favorite locomotives, by the way. I love 403 and 928. Those are by far my two favorite locomotives because they are very famous for being a Drew Thomas. Well, at least 928 is. Although 403's train did make an appearance whenever the coaches were rolling past the camera, which made it look like it was actually 928's, but it wasn't. It was actually 403's coaches. But it's all about perception, folks. It's all about perception. Because what you saw was 928 approaching and then its train passing by the camera. Anyway, so I wonder what other things that Six Flags or Enchanted Parks needs to avoid doing. I can't wait to see what they're going to do to the water park. Hopefully they can have the balls to keep the lazy river open because Six Flags St. Louis cannot keep their lazy river open. Anyway, that's all for the stream. Like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out the Emerson Zoo Line Railroad game when it's all the way finished. So, and also stay tuned for the return of Show Me Trains and Drew Thomas and Friends, and for the special guest who's going to be watching the THX logo, which our pal Tex the Robot is going to reveal. Anyway, this is Drew Thomas signing off. Good night, and pickles suck.